Lana Winters were identical black twins growing up in the quiet, mostly white town of Willow Creek. Their father, a widowed ex-Marine and martial arts instructor, had raised them with discipline, dignity, and love. From the time they could walk, they trained. Not because he wanted fighters, but because he wanted them prepared. For a world that wouldn't always be fair. At school, they were often ignored, sometimes mocked, and always watched. Teachers underestimated them. Students whispered behind their backs. The twins were soft-spoken, respectful, and always together. Their silence made others uneasy. Their posture, too straight. Their eyes, too calm. It made bullies want to shake them, to break them. One of those bullies was Travis Jenkins, a football player with a mean streak and a history of picking on those who wouldn't fight back. And when Leah answered a question in history class better than him, that was it. At lunch the next day, Travis and his group cornered the twins. "You two think you're better than us?" he spat, grabbing Lana's tray and tossing it to the ground. Silence. The cafeteria quieted. Lana bent down to pick it up. Leah placed a hand on her sister's shoulder. "Don't." The silence broke with laughter. Travis stepped forward to push Leah. That's when it happened. A flash, a pivot, a grip. Leah caught Travis's wrist mid-air, twisted gently but firmly, and brought him to his knees in front of the entire school. No bruises, no punches. Just technique, control, mastery. Lana didn't even flinch. She picked up her tray, set it back on the table, and sat down as if nothing had happened. Someone recorded it. By nightfall, the video had gone viral. Black twins silently humiliate school bully with martial arts precision was trending across social media. People didn't just see two girls defend themselves. They saw quiet power, dignity, grace under pressure, and it shook them. The days that followed were not as peaceful as the twins had hoped. Fame, even unwanted, was a double-edged sword. While many students began showing respect, others wore fake smiles, forced kindness hiding resentment. But the most dangerous ones were quiet, like shadows waiting for the lights to dim. Leah noticed it first. A group of boys who once laughed at them now stared from across the cafeteria. Not with curiosity, but with calculation. Lana caught wind of a message scrawled on the bathroom stall. "Show them they don't belong." They didn't tell their father right away. He had already fought so many battles for them, for their safety, their dignity, their peace. They didn't want to add to his weight. But one Friday evening, as they walked home after practice, they saw it. Their front door spray-painted in red. "Go back to Africa." Their father stood motionless at the porch, jaw tight, heart heavy. For the first time in years, Leah saw his hands tremble. That night, there were no words over dinner, only silence. Until finally, Lana whispered, "We didn't start anything, Dad. We just didn't want to be pushed anymore." He reached over, squeezed her hand. "You didn't do anything wrong. But the world, it don't always care about right and wrong." The next morning, reporters were outside their house, microphones in faces. "Can we talk about the attack? How does it feel to be targets of racism?" Leah stepped forward firm. "We are not victims. We are daughters. We are students. And we are fighters. Not because we want to fight, but because we've been forced to learn how." The clip aired nationwide. Support poured in from all over the country. Letters, donations, scholarships, messages from Black families who had faced the same. From martial artists who saw in the girls a reflection of everything they stood for. But not everyone was happy. One night, the twins received a threatening letter in their locker, written in bold black ink. "We know where you live. Next time you won't see us coming." That night, their father reinforced the windows, installed new locks, and dusted off something he hadn't touched in years. His own black belt. The man who had once walked into war zones now prepared to defend his home like a fortress. Yet, through all the chaos, Leah and Lana never wavered. Instead, they dug deeper. Not just into martial arts, but into community. They started a school club, the Quiet Strength Circle, a space for students of color and anyone feeling unheard. The room filled faster than expected. Asian students, Muslim girls, a white kid with a stutter, a Latina girl with bruises on her wrist. They came because they knew Leah and Lana weren't just strong, they were safe. One afternoon, the school counselor pulled them aside. Her voice shook. You two are changing things. You don't even realize how many kids finally feel seen because of you. But the danger hadn't passed. One dark winter night, as they returned from tutoring, a car crept beside them. No license plate. No headlights. The door swung open. 3 masked men jumped out. Leah's mind didn't panic. It calculated. Lana moved first, elbow to ribs, knee to chin. Leah spun into the second man, using his momentum to flip him over the hood. The third pulled something. A blade. He lunged, but before he could make contact, a hand slammed him into the concrete. Their father. He hadn't stayed home. He knew something was coming. Police arrived minutes later. One of the men was Travis's older brother. The truth unraveled quickly. This wasn't just about bullying. It was about hate buried deep in families, passed down unchecked, and now exposed. The town rallied behind the Winters family. For the first time, the mayor visited their home. What happened to you? It doesn't represent our whole town. We want to do better. Leah looked him in the eye. Then start with the kids. Don't wait until they're grown to teach them how to treat us. He nodded. Weeks passed. Things quieted. Graduation neared. The twins gave the closing speech together, side by side, in front of the entire school. Lana said, "We don't want applause." Leah followed. "We just want the next quiet kid in the hall to feel like they don't have to break bones to be heard." And when they walked off stage, the entire auditorium stood, not just in applause, but in reflection. Because these girls didn't just fight bullies, they changed a system. And they never once raised their voices to do it. The summer after graduation, Leah and Lana found themselves at a crossroads. Full scholarships poured in from across the country. Harvard, Howard, Stanford, all recognizing not just their academic excellence, but their impact. But the twins had something else in mind. They declined them all. Instead, they opened a small martial arts and community wellness center back in Willow Creek, inside a forgotten warehouse their father used to train soldiers in decades ago. They named it the Quiet Storm Academy. Their first class had 6 students. By fall, there were 200. It wasn't just about kicks and punches. It was therapy for boys afraid to cry, healing sessions for girls scarred by abuse, defense classes for seniors, and speech circles for anyone who had ever been silenced. People drove from hours away. Some came just to sit in silence, surrounded by strength. But not everything was easy. One rainy afternoon, a white woman walked in, clutching the hand of her son. The boy was bruised, quiet, nervous. Lana approached gently. "Would you like to sign up?" The woman hesitated. Truth is, his father's side of the family taught him hate. He used to laugh at videos of you online, but now... Her eyes filled with tears. He came home from school crying. He said one of the twins stood up for a Muslim boy today, and he realized he didn't want to be like his dad. Leah knelt to meet the boy's eyes. "You ready to learn?" He nodded. And just like that, the storm they once carried became shelter for someone else. Years passed. The academy grew. Lana became a youth counselor. Leah joined the city's Board of Education. Their father passed away peacefully, surrounded by his daughters, proud of the legacy they had built, not in violence, but in discipline, love, and courage. At his funeral, hundreds gathered. Students, teachers, parents, officers, even the mayor. But what surprised the twins most was a man standing alone by the tree near the back. It was Travis. Older now. Different. Eyes no longer filled with arrogance, but something else. Maybe guilt. Maybe understanding. He didn't speak at first, just waited until the crowd thinned. Then he walked over. "I won't ask for forgiveness," he said softly. "I don't deserve it. But I want you to know, I'm a teacher now, at a school where the kids look like you, and I make sure they know better than I ever did." The twins looked at each other. Then Leah offered a quiet nod. "Do better. That's all we ever wanted." He left without another word. As the sun set, Lana looked up. "Do you think Dad sees all this?" Leah smiled. He always saw it, even when we didn't. And as the wind rustled through the trees, The twins stood side by side, silent as always, but stronger than ever. They had once been the quiet girls in the hallway. Now they were the storm that reshaped a town, and the peace that followed after.